So this is an extremely gross take. I mean, would you look at children and go, hey, you should starve because you can't pay? I mean, saying we should support Taiwan because they can pay and we shouldn't support Ukraine because they can't is frankly reducing human lives to some sort of payment plan. It has this really dehumanizing vibe that you're putting out. I'm not sure if that's what you're trying to do, but it's really, really gross. Like Ukrainians are somehow worth less because their country is under invasion and doesn't have the same ability to write checks to the US. That's not a serious moral framework, and it's not a serious way to think about foreign policy. It also ignores the obvious reality that Ukraine is not planning for a hypothetical war like Taiwan is. Ukraine is in an active war right now and has been dealing with Russian aggression going back to 2014. They've spent years burning through resources just to keep their country alive, keep the lights on, keep their economy functioning, and keep people from being conquered. So, of course, they have less money to spend on weapons than Taiwan does. That's what happens when you're literally fighting for your existence. And even when you look at this from the cold transactional level, the argument really doesn't hold water either. A huge portion of US support isn't us like handing bags of cash over to Ukraine. It's the United States buying equipment from US industry or replenishing US stockpiles that were going to be either used as targetry or just sit out in the desert somewhere. Or we are funding training and logistics and sending weapons and ammunition that honestly go towards defeating one of our three primary foes, which is Russia, China, and the global war on terror. So it makes a lot more sense than you think. A lot of that money is spent here in the US supporting American jobs, expanding the industrial base we'd rely on in any major conflict that could potentially come up, and it builds a massive ally in Ukraine that is using the equipment that we build, so it puts them on the hook to continue buying it. So strategically, this weird pay or die system that you've come up with also guarantees more wars. If Russia is allowed to take land by force and the world shrugs because the victim can't afford the invoice, you're sending this message to every aggressor on earth that go ahead, you can conquer all those weak countries. It's totally fine and it works. China's watching. Iran is watching. North Korea is watching. The lesson you teach in Ukraine carries over into those countries, and that would be a hugely massive geopolitical problem. So no, this isn't Taiwan is good because they pay and Ukraine is bad because they don't. Taiwan is buying deterrence for a possible future invasion. Ukraine is fighting that invasion right now.